Good morning and welcome to Wake Up Well, our devotion for this morning as we fix our eyes on heaven and learn to start our day on earth today with a heavenly perspective. This week at the Well, we have a focus on evangelism, learning to share our faith with others. And I'm going to read from John's Gospel. Jesus, the way to the Father, John chapter 14, verse 1. Don't let your hearts be troubled. Trust in God and trust also in me. There is more than enough room in my Father's home. If this were not so, I would have told you and I'm going to prepare a place for you. When everything is ready, I will come and get you, so that you will always be with me where I am, and you know the way to where I am going. No, we don't know, Lord. Thomas said, we have no idea where you are going, so how can we know the way? And Jesus told him this: I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one can come to the Father except through me. I'd love us to focus for a moment on the opening lines, verse 2. Verse 1 says, don't let your heart be troubled. Verse 2 says, there is more than enough room in my Father's home. Often as we look around us, maybe our colleagues at work, our neighbours, maybe our children, it's closer to home, our hearts may feel troubled as to how far away from God people may seem, how lost, how broken in today's world. And yet we draw tremendous hope, encouragement, comfort from these words. Do not let your hearts be troubled, for there is more than enough room in our Father's house. I love the picture that Jesus paints for us. It is not a religion. It is not a theory of salvation. It's an invitation to be found by a Father. It's an invitation to come home. This is the wonderful story that you and I have found our lives caught up in. And our story, the story of God, goes on being worked out through our lives. And other people are reading our story all the time. It is very hard to share the story of the Father's home and the Father's house if we are not living the story through our lives. So a great starting point for our life today, starting on this particular day, is to start from that reality that you and I have a different home. We have a wonderful, good Father with whom we are in relationship with, and our whole call on life is to invite others to come home, to join the dots for people that they know they have a place caught up in this story. If we learn to center our lives clearly in the story of God, others will find their place in this wonderful story. I love this message because it is not a message of condemnation. We do not need to go out today and share with others that they are in trouble or they have done wrong and therefore need God necessarily. We can go out and tell them that they are deeply loved and there is a better way to live. And we can show that by how we live our lives today, deeply loved, deeply secure and rooted in the fact that you and I have a heavenly home. May this truth and the reality of this truth really bless your day.